from first attempt where she did not make it to the phase one also, and the second attempt where she's become a SEBI grade A officer. So a long journey that has.
I wasn't planning to do my master's, but because SEBI's eligibility is master's, so I did MCOM. I was very overconfident, and I thought I just took paper one very lightly. Every question is getting deeper and deeper. Like if you have a little overview, you can't answer that because in just one question they are having three filling the blanks gaps, and those I started doing all those things from the phase one only. Okay, don't like I should. I didn't say okay, I'll start reading newspaper once I get selected in phase one. So I asked ChatGPT was a major mentor here. A mock interview, ma'am asked me, tell me about social stock exchange. You asked me, I mean, yeah. So I told you what is that, and then you told me a special thing. They're the first company listed on social stock exchange is Unnati Foundation. Read about it, Unnati. Okay, they can ask this. And then in the main interview also, they asked me about social stock exchange, and I told them, they're the first companies Unnati, and they got very happy.
Hello everyone, welcome to iExamB. I have with me Miss Unnati Pandey today, and she has cleared the SEBI Grade A 2025 exam from the general stream. Many congratulations, Unnati.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
So Unnati did her MCOM, and after that she started preparing for various regulatory bodies. So today we'll discuss with her how her journey has been with SEBI preparation. This was her second attempt. So very interesting from first attempt where she did not make it to the phase one also, and the second attempt where she's become a SEBI grade A officer. So a long journey that has been traveled, and we had some very interesting points and discussions related to interview also, how certain unexpected discussions in the mock interview led to some actual moments in the in her actual interview. So we'll discuss all these points in detail and understand Unnati's motivation and journey. So, Unnati, to you, first question, if you could tell a little about your background and your motivation to start preparing for SEBI exam.
Okay, ma'am. So I did my BCom honors from Banaras Hindu University, and then during my graduation, I got to know about SEBI grade exam. So earlier, I wasn't planning to do my masters, but because SEBI's eligibility is masters, so I did MCOM, and then I cleared UGC net also. Then after that, I gave in 2024. I gave my first attempt and I couldn't make it. Then in 2025, I was giving UGC net also as a backup that if I didn't clear it, so I'll go for assistant professor. But then SEBI notification came and I gave it, and yeah, that's all.
Great. So, Unnati, how was it different preparing the first time and this time?
Okay. So, ma'am, I think uh, during my first time, I was very overconfident, and I thought I just took paper one very lightly,
Yeah.
and I scored good in paper two that time also, but in paper one I was fall short by few marks. So I think we should prepare phase one like very sincerely because then only you can move to the other level. So yeah, that is something I did not took seriously that time.
Okay, that's a very relevant point, and in fact, I have heard this point from few more candidates before. So it definitely does have a lot of importance. And in fact, this year's scorecards are yet to be released, so we'll get to know in a few days, maybe. But this is a fact actually that a lot of students actually miss out phase one because of paper one. Maybe sometimes we don't take it seriously. Sometimes we just remain in our comfort zone. So it's very important to analyze your strength and the areas and the strategy for the exam to go ahead. So good, I think, that you realized that and you worked on it in this particular attempt.
Yes.
So how much time did you give to paper one? Were you practicing all the four subjects equally, or was it inclined or a little disproportionate towards particular subjects?
Ma'am, I think I was comfortable with English, So for
Mhm.
that, I just do reverse engineering. I used to give lots of mocks. But
Okay.
when I think for quant and reasoning and general awareness, I spend equal times. Like I
Okay.
used to make notes for general awareness. Like
Mhm.
I just read preceding 3 months
Mhm.
general awareness,
Okay.
and for quant and reasoning I followed random marathons on YouTube, and I used to first understand the concept, and then give mocks, and then analyze it, then again practice and practice. And for both quant and reasoning I follow this strategy. And for English I just gave mocks, and for general awareness I just made notes myself, and I just read it again and again.
Okay. Right. So, like you mentioned, you did it for 3 months. So, were you focusing only on the financial news or overall all the news?
No, ma'am, overall, because in phase one, anything can be asked. And so I focused overall, sports and national, international, finance, economics, all news.
Okay, great. And paper two, that was your strength
Yes, ma'am.
mostly. So, in paper two, then what was your strategy?
Ma'am, I think in my first attempt also I scored 90 marks in paper two that time also. But so my paper two was somewhat very prepared, because I have also given PFRD just few months back. So
Mm-hmm.
I think, ma'am, so I just what I did was I was just focusing on deeper concept, conceptual clarity, because overall I have all I have a little good knowledge about all the subject. So I just focus on finance, and I prepared that in that way, so that I don't have to read that again, like going so much deep into those concepts again. I just have to brush up for phase 2. So I just prepared it, I just saw lots of marathons. I
Mm-hmm.
just practiced so many questions, because MCQ, like this paper is
Yes.
fully based on MCQ, so you have to practice a lot and lot of questions. So that what I did. So yeah, ma'am.
So, was there any particular topics that you were paying more attention to? Say, for example, syllabus is as such given, but there's it's in itself can be exhaustive. So, did you prepare for relatively less asked topics also in a lot of depth? Say, for example, income tax that was unexpectedly asked, and some more like accounting standards, although they have stated the accounting standards. Did you go beyond those accounting standards or you just stuck to the syllabus?
No, I stuck to the syllabus. And also because I have given UGC net also, I have a little backing of like all the income tax and every other subject of commerce.
Mm-hmm.
But ma'am, accounting standard is something which is really important. Like I got to know it giving these two papers, like phase 1 and phase 2. They are asking a lot of accounting standard question. They are asking a lot of GST and income tax question. That is something new. Earlier they don't used to ask these kind of question. Like they are, every question is getting deeper and deeper. Like if you have a little overview, you can't answer that, because in just one question they are having three filling the blanks gaps, and those three are different things. So you have to know three things to answer one question. So that is something that you can only gain through conceptual clarity, if you are reading everything again and again. So I think, ma'am, I stuck to the syllabus, but I went deeper into the syllabus. I was like, at first I used to clear the concept, then I used to give so many mocks. So that's how I gained clarity in those questions.
Okay. And if I talk about subjects like finance, um,
Yes, ma'am.
because I think accounts and costing was your stronghold. But if I talk about finance, were you equally comfortable with the topics of finance, or you did some extra effort to cover that syllabus?
Ma'am, I think finance is my specialization in both MCOM and BCom. So I
Mhm.
was pretty comfortable with that also. I have a book, I am Pandey finance book. So I used to read that book, and then I used to read business standard for more clarity, then circulars also. So
Mhm.
I started doing all those things from the phase one only.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
don't like I should. I didn't say ki, okay, I'll start reading newspaper once I get selected in phase one. So I
Hmm.
started, because I know I have to do it anyhow, no matter what, I have to do it. So from the phase before the phase one only I started doing all the things. So for finance, I think I read newspapers, and I made notes from books. I like any topic which is a little confusing, I used to go and chat GPT it or Google it. And firstly, ma'am, I what I did, I firstly took the syllabus
Mm-hmm.
and took each topic and just simply Google it to get an overview what they are think like what it is combined of or what it consists. So like that, and then I make a short note. Then I used to make a little mind maps, and then I just used to explain it. So that's how I just did all my note making and preparation.
Great, great. So did you find paper two in the phase two difficult? That's the
No,
gen.
ma'am,
No, you did not. Okay, this
I
is the
didn't
first
find.
one I'm hearing in so many days who said, okay, it was not difficult because the general
Ma'am,
feeling is
I
paper was very difficult. So why
ma'am,
did you
paper
not
two.
find it difficult?
Ma'am, paper two was lengthy. Paper two was very like it asked so many core questions, but that will only if you will find it difficult only if you haven't studied. If you haven't, you thought it is going to be very easy. Then only, ma'am, I from the starting I thought it's gonna be difficult. Because just after seeing phase one, like the phase one paper was also difficult. Like if you
Mhm.
see from the previous, if you compare
Yeah,
from the
it was
previous year,
again,
yeah,
let's call it not difficult, but a changed pattern when they were asking two,
yes,
three
ma'am.
questions in the same question in the form of fill in the
Yes,
blanks,
ma'am.
which they've never done before. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. And also, this time the options were also so much lengthy,
Close.
like
Yes.
very lengthy. Yes, ma'am. So, what really helped me in this key UGC net pattern is just like that.
Mm-hmm.
They ask difficult questions and difficult options.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to prepare for that also. So that's why I find it easy. And also, I haven't skipped any topic. I read all the RBI circulars and SEBI circulars. So I think when after giving the phase two exam, like my sister was standing outside the center, and everybody was really sad, and I came smiling, and she was like, "It went well." I was like, "Yes, it went well." And there were other parents, they were seeing my face. Oh, okay. Matlab, their children were like, "Oh, it didn't didn't went well," and I say, but yeah, it went well.
Great, great. So all your efforts, your hard work of the years, I will say, had led to this moment. So, yes, there will be various students who are able to do it last minute, but many a times your past hard work, your time spent on learning certain concepts, being very, very thorough with them, it also helps a lot. You never know when that knowledge comes in
Yes, ma'am.
handy, right? So I think if we prepare with that mindset that, that knowledge is something that stay with us, I think it helps a lot in these competitive exams. Unnati, if I also touch on the paper one of phase two, the descriptive English.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
how much time were you spending, and did you start that preparation also much earlier than phase two, or was it after the phase one only?
No, ma'am. I started preparing after giving the phase one
Okay.
because I knew I would clear it. So I started. I bought a keyboard which is like the exam centers, not our basic laptop keyboard. So I took that, and then, ma'am, what I did, I asked ChatGPT, was a major mentor here. So I asked it, "Ki, tell me the expected topics, expected questions." So it used to give me lot and lot of expected things. Then I asked it, "Ki, okay, if on every topic tell three merits and three demerits." So that's how I made body part of every answer. Like I would know, okay, if this will come, I will write in body, I will like first para of merits and second para with demerits, like that. So I prepared that like that for essay. And I think, ma'am, the reading comprehension is the most important part because it carries 40 marks. So uh, your answer should be very comprehensive in should be comprehensive. I don't know the marks right now, but I think it went well. And I think I chose the quick commerce question. A quick commerce question came, so I chose that for essay. And reading comprehension was nice. And the main thing is, if you complete your paper in 60 minutes, You
Mm-hmm.
can like you can be relieved कि okay you are going to clear it, because ma'am it's like so much pressure on you. You are not able to find words. Like words didn't come in your mind, and it's so much pressure. So if you complete your paper all three answers like you wanted, with conclusion, with introduction nicely, so it means your paper went well. So yes ma'am, I think that. And I used to write answers in at my home, then copy paste it into the chat gpt, and it will it will check it and it gives marks. So that's how I think I did.
So when we were asking ChatGPT and you were getting certain responses, so were you mugging it up or then you were practicing typing yourself also on a daily basis?
So I used to type daily, like one essay daily. I used to type one essay daily. I used to mug up the content part because that is also necessary, and I used to read newspaper. So that was my strategy for English.
Okay, great. I think wonderful use of AI in the preparation, and that's the today's time benefit also that you can use a lot of resources are available at your disposal if you can use them
Yes.
well. The key here is using it at the right point, at the right moment, and in the right manner. I think that becomes
Yes.
very, very important. So, very nice structured way of preparation, Unnati, that you went about using your graduation, your post graduation books, your previous notes, and the technology today, the artificial intelligence. I think a great combination that you used for your preparation. Let's talk about the next last stage, another pressure stage that can be the interview. So, what was your approach like towards the interview preparation?
Ma'am, it was my first interview. So what I did, I started reading editorials from newspapers. That was the first thing I did, and then, ma'am, I think I just revise all of my notes so that anything static or anything from syllabus they
Mm-hmm.
ask, I should know it.
Okay.
Then, ma'am, all the current events like HDFC crisis, the war, and everything,
Mm-hmm.
so that. And I just kept revising it again and again. And I bought a mirror and I used to practice in front of that. uh, yeah, that's it ma'am. That's what I did. And
That's
mocks, of course ma'am, mocks, I gave mocks. Yes.
right. So I was also trying to recall your mock, and then you reminded me of your name, Unnati related. And yes, so could you tell about that incident? It's very interesting to know that's actually happened that way. So what was it?
Okay, so in a mock interview, ma'am asked me, "Tell me about social stock exchange." You asked me, I mean, yeah. So I told you what is that, and then you told me an a special thing. Ki, there is the first company listed on social stock exchange is Unnati Foundation. Read about it, Unnati. Okay, they can ask this. And then in the main interview also, they asked me about social stock exchange, and I told them they're the first companies Unnati, and they got very happy listening that.
So it's nice to actually hear this. When I asked this in the mock interview, sorry, not that I was expecting it to be asked in the actual interview, but yes, that is what it has to be. There has to be a connection. Even technical questions can flow from your background in unexpected manner, and once you open your mind to that, I think the preparation can be very well done and confidently done.
Yes.
So it is so interesting to know that, to be honest, I myself am surprised that that question got asked
Ma'am,
in
you
the
told
actual
me,
interview.
ma'am, you told me in the mock, Unnati, your name is such that they can ask about Desh ki Unnati, UP ki Unnati. So just be prepared. So I just prepared all those, but they asked about social stock exchange.
Great, great. That's so nice to hear. And I really like a lot of your inputs, points that you gave, whether it was related to descriptive English, whether how you felt about the phase two exam, and how your journey has helped, whether it's been your education, whether it's been your past experience of giving SEBI exam or the PFRD exam, which has a lot of similarity to the SEBI exam also. And the small inputs that you have given throughout, I hope people have paid attention to them, whether it was AI, whether it was newspaper, whether it was note making, whether it was practicing in front of the mirror for the interview. I think the small points that you have mentioned in a matter of as a matter of fact in the flow of discussion, I think there's a lot of learning that can be taken by future aspirants to see where which strategy can fit in their overall preparation journey. So great to see that, Unnati. Wishing you all the best for a very successful and fulfilling career with SEBI. And thank you for taking out time to talk to us today and sharing your
Ma'am, pleasure is
experience.
all mine.
Thank you. Thank you once again, Unnati. Wishing you all the best from the entire team of Exam.
Thank you, ma'am.